Hey, everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be taking a look at sucralose.
Okay.
And, if you have diabetes or you're just trying to manage your blood sugar, this is something that I'm sure has crossed your mind at one point or another.
Absolutely.
Artificial sweeteners, how do they work? Do they work? Are they safe to use?
Right.
All that good stuff. And we have a great excerpt here that we're going to be kind of taking a look at today.
Yeah.
That really focuses on sucralose safety and usage for people with diabetes. So hopefully by the end of this, you can make some informed choices about what you're using to sweeten things up.
That's right.
So one of the first things that kind of jumped out at me here was that sucralose is generally considered safe for people with diabetes.
Yeah, and that's definitely, that's a big selling point for a lot of people who are looking to manage their blood sugar levels because it's a non-caloric sweetener.
Right.
Which means it doesn't raise your blood sugar level.
So it's kind of like a free pass then.
In a way, yeah. I mean, it's not going to contribute to those spikes and crashes that you might experience with sugar.
Right.
So that makes it a very attractive option.
But how is that possible? Like something could be super sweet, but not act like sugar in the body.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, actually. So basically, sucralose, it just kind of passes through your system without really being absorbed.
Oh, why?
It doesn't get metabolized for energy, so it doesn't impact your blood glucose or your insulin levels.
So it really is like a ghost.
It kind of is, yeah. I mean, they did a study and they found over 98% of sucralose just goes in and comes right back out.
Oh, wow. Unchanged.
Exactly.
That's fascinating. So what about, for those people out there,
yeah,
they love to bake, they still want to enjoy those sweet treats.
Right.
Is sucralose a good option for that?
Yeah, I mean, that's another great thing about sucralose is that it's heat stable so you can cook with it.
Oh, wow.
You can bake with it, and it won't break down or lose that sweetness.
You can have your sugar-free cake and eat it, too.
Pretty much, yeah.
But, we've talked about the good stuff. There's always some things to kind of be aware of, right?
Of course. So while sucralose is generally recognized as safe, there are a few things to keep in mind.
Okay. Like what?
Well, some studies have suggested that there might be a link between sucralose consumption and changes in gut bacteria.
Oh, the gut microbiome.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about the gut microbiome these days.
Exactly. And we're learning more and more about how important that balance of bacteria in our gut is for our overall health.
Right.
And some research has shown that sucralose might alter that composition in some individuals.
Okay.
Now, the research is still pretty early. And it's not clear how significant of an impact this has at normal levels of consumption.
So more research is needed to definitely understand that.
Yeah, and that goes for artificial sweeteners in general, I think. There's a lot more to learn.
What about insulin sensitivity? I've heard some things about that.
Yeah, that's another area where there's been some research and the findings are kind of mixed. Some studies have shown that sucralose could decrease insulin sensitivity in certain people, which could theoretically make it harder to control blood sugar. But other studies haven't really found that effect. So it's not like a universal response. It seems to vary a lot depending on the individual.
Interesting. So it really sounds like everyone's kind of different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what works for one person might not work for another.
So what's kind of the bottom line here for people listening, especially those who are managing diabetes?
I would say moderation is key.
Okay.
Sucralose can be a really helpful tool for people who want to reduce their sugar intake without giving up sweetness, especially if they are watching their blood sugar levels, but it's important to use it in moderation as part of a balanced diet.
So not just like chugging diet soda all day long.
Probably not the best idea.
Okay.
Over-relying on any kind of artificial sweetener could make you crave more sweet foods, and that can throw off your whole healthy eating plan.
That makes sense, yeah. So it's all about just paying attention to your body, right?
Exactly. If you're noticing any weird stuff going on after you have sucralose, maybe some digestive issues or anything unusual, it could be a good idea to cut back or talk to your doctor.
That's good advice. So sucralose, it's a way to enjoy sweetness without the blood sugar spike. Moderation is key.
Absolutely.
And as with anything health-related, talk to your doctor.
Always a good idea.
To get that personalized advice. Well, this has definitely given me a lot to think about, and hopefully all of you listening out there as well.
I hope so.